Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. Now, I don't really have... There's no real, amusing way that I can talk about this, so I'm just gonna get off my chest. So, Article 13 has just passed, unfortunately, and this is a prime example of, personally, me, why I don't follow politics. This is a prime example of why I don't follow politics. Now, I'm just going to sum up Article 13 if you're unfamiliar, but there was a big fuss going on in the EU, but it affects the internet as a whole, not just the EU, where for some reason, I still don't fully understand it myself. They chose to try and copyright memes, essentially. I don't really think it was to ban it. It was to give all authority about the memes over to the creator. So if it was a scene from a movie where I guess someone did something amusing, maybe the Wilhelm scream, for example, whoever owns the rights to that movie would essentially have authority over where that scene could be shown or whatnot. So you would essentially, no one would probably essentially use it without risk of someone being sued, oh, I didn't give you the rights, blah, blah, blah. And essentially what that would have done is just make the internet more corporate favored, which the internet kind of is, but nowhere near as much as Article 13 is asking for, essentially. And people were scared, and there was literally this movement called Save Your Internet, because people were worried that by this passing, what would happen is the corporates would just be if you want to use this, you probably have to pay me X and stuff like that. So no one would really be happy to use creative content, think of it this way. If I was editing a video and I had, the typical all kinds of sound effects for movies and memes and things like that, that person could just come to my video and say, hey, I didn't give you permission to use this, so I want a portion or I want you to remove it. Which would heavily affect people on YouTube, people on Twitch, people on Pinterest, anywhere where you link a photo or a GIF or anything showing this meme, you could potentially get in trouble. So we were doing our best to spread the word, try and save the internet. But unfortunately, to all of our disdains, it's passed. And this is once again why I don't follow politics, because people who follow politics, I can't grasp what goes on in their minds. Okay, I'm against politics because you don't freaking matter. Your vote doesn't matter. You think your vote matters, man? You think your vote matters? Look at Article 13. Look at net neutrality. Literally 80 to 90% of the people voted against this bill and they passed it anyway. You mean to tell me that I'm essentially an idiot or something, right? For not wanting to support politics, but your vote doesn't freaking matter. I mean, it's insane how divided politics have divided everyone. It's insane the hatred that it's spread, because people actually think their vote matters, and if only they knew. I mean, we literally begged them not to mess with net neutrality. They pass it anyway. We begged them not to mess with Article 13. They pass it anyway. Now all we have to do is just look to see what's going to happen. I can't say that this is probably going to affect me as a content creator in a really, really negative way or something, but I don't know how deep this meme crack goes. Does me simply even using the text or the phrase Does that get me in trouble? Am I subjected to copyright because of that? Because if so, this is absolutely preposterous. This is why people hate corporations, because they try and regulate everything to the point where they can get money. They hate being regulated themselves, but they regulate everything else. And when they do it, it's okay. Because they get to make bucks off of it. But if they're regulated, oh no, we can't have that. I'm telling you guys, this right here, this is why I don't follow politics. You can beg and hope all you want. You can do everything in your power. Probably have 99% of people vote against something and it'll get passed. You know why? Because the higher-ups can just override you. So why, pray tell me, why do we sit over here and fight each other about voting and stuff like that? It doesn't matter. If higher-ups want something done, they're gonna do it. Okay? And this isn't really just about politics, but this is why I just don't follow it. Article 13, net neutrality. Things that everyone and their mom says, do not do this. And they do it anyway, guys. Yet we're supposed to sit over here like there's this stupid thing going around where if you didn't vote or whatever, then you can't speak out against what's happening. Shut the heck up. You think your vote matters? Everyone and their mom just voted against net neutrality. It passes. Everyone and their mom just votes against Article 13. It passes. You mean to tell me your vote matters? And not only that, but I'm supposed to be silent when bullcrap like this goes forward? Heck no, and neither should you. Don't ever let some little political scrub thinking that their vote matters try and tell you that you now don't have the right to speak out against bullcrap that's happening. Don't ever let someone tell you that, guys. And it pisses me off because this is exactly what people want. They want everyone at odds with each other, at each other's throats and things like that. Because they're just sitting over here getting away with it. The internet as a whole is going to be impacted by this freaking BS. I mean, I've heard of some stupid things being regulated, man. Okay, I've heard of some stupid things being regulated. But freaking memes. Memes, guys. Things that are usually just meant to be funny. What? Am I literally going to be sued now for saying, this puts a smile on my face? For just memeing Thanos? Snapping my fingers? Am I copying Thanos? Am I gonna get copyrighted? Wouldn't be surprised. I think YouTube would actually take quite nicely to this. They get to butt rape and censor people even more. Yeah, awesome. This is freaking atrocious. When I heard that this freaking bill got passed, you know, like, people try and make it seem like, oh, it's only the EU, it's only Europe. No, this is the internet as a whole, because it's giving authority to the creator of whatever your meme originates from, whether it's a movie or a sentence or whatever. And now these people can literally be like, I didn't allow you to do this. You'll have to get in contact with me first. And some people say we're overreacting. Well, I hope to God that I am. I genuinely do, for the sake of everyone. You're literally putting creativity in a box by doing this. How people interact with each other, you're affecting all of that. And for what? Like, what are you really getting out of this? Is what I want to know. The people who are passing this, like, they think that's not going to affect them? Huh. Got news for you. Because you'd be surprised what you could consider a meme. This is freaking insane. Like, what next, man? We've got net neutrality, we've got net neutrality, Article 13. What's next? What is next? Like, forcing everyone to, like, become a social justice warrior or something. I wouldn't be surprised at this rate. I wouldn't be surprised. Guys, I did not plan on making this video, but when I heard that this just got passed, I just had to get this frustration out. And I don't even really see people talking about this much. Like, I see a couple of people talking about this, but I think you really had to, like, pay attention to what was happening in order to hear it. Because when stuff like this gets passed, they try and be really quiet about it. They try and be slick and act like, oh no, it's still in processing, and it's already been passed. To this day, some people don't even know that net neutrality has already, like, been botched. It's only a matter of time before they start screwing people over, because that's what they have you to believe. They have you think that, okay, nothing's changed and then it's been passed. They think it's like, they make it seem like it's going to be an overnight thing. It's a long process, and you'll start seeing where they're effing you over time, not right away. That's how they get you. Because then everyone's like, oh, we were worried for nothing. No, you were worried for something, but they're just playing on your little ignorance, making you think that this is going to happen overnight when this is a long-term process that screws you over in the long run. Freaking political cancerous dickheads, man. My gosh. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, man. It just freaking doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how much people vote, no matter how much they speak out against not wanting something, they just do it regardless. Freaking A. I'm done, guys. Rate the video what you think it deserves. Tell me what you want to see in the future in the comments below, and I'll see all of you in the next one.